before we get to the Red Guardian review, I just wanted to shout out the Marvel Future Fight 10th Anniversary Cinematic Trailer. It is absolutely insane. Over 140,000 views in 2 days. It's cut off by here, but believe me. This is just crazy nostalgia. Guys, remember how things used to be in Marvel Future Fight? Bruh. This makes me so happy, dude. Oh, it's so sick. Symbol. I wish the music was kind of more epic. But look at that. Man, the graphic team cooked so hard with all those swaps. Oh, for real, for real. Yo, the World Boss Legends. Booming. Hey, the gang is all here. Luna's finally popular again because of Rivals. No voice acting, though. I could have done the voice acting for Deadpool for free. But this is so sick, man. So many characters modeled. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So damn good. So damn good, man. We were saying, like, how they don't do these kind of CGI trailers anymore, and then they did one, and it's so damn good. It's so damn good. And I might be in the minority here, but hear me out. I would pay, I don't know how much I would pay, $25 per character, maybe $30 per character, to unlock a feature where it would cycle through, visually, it would cycle through the different uniforms as I was playing the character. Like, I would basically pay to have this animation in-game when I'm playing. Like, that would be insane. That would be so cool. Like, every 10 seconds, it just goes dong, 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 dong. And then, you know, you're playing with a whatever. Like, it's using the newest skills. It's using the newest skills of the uniform, right? Of whatever uniform you have equipped. But then, as you're playing, right, you have like every 10 seconds it activates, and it's just like dung, 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 dung. Holy, that would be so sick. That would be insane. I would definitely pay like 10, 20 bucks a pop for a few different. I obviously wouldn't do that for every character. That would be insane. That'd be, you know, thousands of dollars. But I would definitely do that for like my fan favorites, you know, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, stuff like that. That would just be so sick. So sick. Now, one more thing I do want to talk about is the Spider-Man uniform that appears right here. People have hit me up and they're like, oh my God, Alex, this is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit. And are you going to talk about it? Does this mean we're getting the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit? Is it coming to the game? Is this a spoiler? Is this a sneak peek? Listen, guys, I think it's just for the end. I think it's just like for the hype. I think they're just doing this to hype people up. I mean, if you want to be kind of cynical about it, you could call it like false advertising or kind of like false hope. But I think they just had an opportunity to make a cool uniform, and they had the license to do it with the Raimi one, and they did it. And I think it just looks really sick, and I think kind of it is what it is. You know, you can see it down here. I don't think it means we're getting the Sam Raimi suit soon. I don't think at all, actually, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of people ask me about this, believe it or not. So I just wanted to kind of give my take on it. And yeah, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I wouldn't read into this as like proof that they're gonna do the Sam Raimi suit. But people who really like the old Spider-Man movies, who really like, you know, the actor, I can't remember his name now, Tobey Maguire, yeah. And who really like Sam Raimi, they get really excited about this stuff, you know, understandably so. So I wanted to just cover it, but yeah, I don't think that it's happening, at least not in this way. Like, it would have to be about like, you know, for an update for Raimi or for Spider-Man or something. Like, it would have just come out of the blue. Like, here's the Raimi uniform, done, we're done. Anywho, Red Guardian. If you're not already aware, he's pretty bad. Yeah, this is not good, guys. My build is pretty bad as well. As you can see, we're missing Uru. We have rank 4 type enhancement. We have a stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk. We have no artifact. And we have a 140 proc obelisk with fire damage, which does nothing. And then crit rate. We do have the uniform mythic. Now, the reason why I wanted to point out my build and I'm rank 1000 is because I was able to net myself a cool rank 210 on the ranked battle. And remember, this gives you crystals for ranking. So use the tips in this video. I'm not going to talk specifically about the rank battle for Red Guardian. They made it easier, but use the tips that I'm going to give you for playing him to make it work, because he is very proc friendly, and you can absolutely net yourself an extra 100, 150 crystals if you give him just a bit more of a build and you jump back into this game mode and you make it work. Now, this is stage 54 of Gore, but we're going to go ahead and pop off. You can see how proc friendly he is. Doesn't have a ton of AoE, so when the bosses do move around, you are going to suffer, but really easy rotation with just 3 cancel 4, cancel 5. And you basically cannot miss your procs. It's very, very easy to play, and he's tanky enough as it is, and he's pretty fast on his feet. So for this reason, I kind of like this character. I don't really say, like, I don't think the uniform is a must-have by any means, or like highly recommended. But I would say if you like the character and you want to play him, I think it's going to be a pretty enjoyable experience because of the fact that he is so proc friendly, and you're going to be able to deal pretty high damage if you use a proc with him without too much investment. Now, pretty high damage is obviously up for interpretation based on what you are expecting, but as you can see here, he can almost clear the first half of the fight without going into the sword phase with just a 140 proc. So if we go ahead and upgrade him to a CTP of energy, he now performs like this. Remember how Yelena struggled on stage 35 of Jean? Well, let's take a look how Red Guardian performs just one stage lower, ripping through to the tune of nearly 10 bars on the opening salvo. Very nice stuff here. You can go in and rop out one more. I don't know what rop out means, but we can do one more rotation. And overall, the only kind of downside to Red Guardian is sometimes there's not enough hits at the beginning of the rotation, so you can find him to be slightly inconsistent with procking when you don't have the 6 skill up. When you have the 6 skill up, you can instant cancel that. You're going to get a bunch of hits. It's very, very easy. But without the 6 skill, I do find that sometimes he's just a little bit behind. But as you can see here, he's flying. 45-second phase 1 is not bad at all. Now, he is a level 80, so you do have that initial investment beyond the uniform to get him up to 80. But yeah, not bad at all. Very, very easy to play. Easily a 10 out of 10 for proc friendliness. Would like there to be more hits, for sure, absolutely. But let's do one more rotation here and see. No, never mind. We got interrupted by Jean's dash. Yeah, you do have to be careful. He is pretty bad as far as AoE goes. He has very, very low AoE. So you have to make sure for people like Acid and iBig that you're really hugging the boss. You really have to be right next to the boss, because otherwise you're going to miss a bunch of hits because his AoEs are very, very small. You can even go as far as null stage 85 to tear up a boss that we no longer consider difficult, but is still worth from time to time investigating for what new characters can do to, just kind of take it down. And so, yeah, obviously you would have better options here if you went ahead and chose like Venom or Hulk from your tier 4 selector and stuff like that. There certainly are better options, but he's no slouch either. Super duper easy to play, tanky enough, and high enough damage as well. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed here. Look at all this burst damage. We skipped the second stun phase because he's just flying. And yeah, he doesn't really get guard broken during his rotation either. This is great, man. 85 is not bad at all for just a CTP of energy. Super duper proc friendly. And yeah, so not a character that I would necessarily consider for PvE, especially with how kind of oversaturated it is for combat male heroes. But he honestly puts in a decent amount of work. Not the best for burst damage there. You can see his rotation does kind of take a little bit of time to ramp up, but here we go. With the awakening skill up, we get an extra bar and a half, extra 2 bars. Okay. We can sneak in one more rotation before, and we almost have enough to push him to the next phase. Hey, we actually skipped the spike phase. We might still take a bunch of damage from the spikes. Yes, we did. Okay, fantastic. But not bad. Yo, I actually want to see how fast he can clear this. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, we get about 2 bars there. We're gonna drag him over here because we want to initiate Protocol USSR. We want to get away so we don't get... I still remember this fight. It's crazy. It's so crazy how you still remember things if you really ingrain them into your mind enough. But yeah, that debuff that he does is pretty annoying. So we go in here. And yeah, look at that. Just flying through the bars. He's going to jump. I don't think we have enough time. Oh, he's getting pushed around by somebody who's striking. Don't quite have enough time to do enough damage to kick him out of the phase here. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. Interesting. Not bad from Red Guardian. Better performance than I expected of him. And he does have access to 3 tags. He has Thunderbolts, Agility, and Strong. While Thunderbolts isn't used for World Boss at all, Agility and Strong do appear quite a few times. So it would be interesting to see if he can match up with other, you know, strong combat tier 4s in PvE, because I really didn't expect him to be that good. And his tier 4 should be good for it as well, because it's going to activate for, you know, 2/3 of the fight when the boss's HP is at 40% or higher. It's going to make it worse for him to be a finisher in World Boss Legend, which is kind of tough. But it should be kind of interesting. On the PvP side of things, though, I don't really think it's worth testing at Tier 3 or Transcended 80, even though he does have 75% chance to penetrate on his 5th skill, which is very nice, because he's lacking essentially all of the PvP hallmarks. No iframe ignore, no immortality, no invincibility, like no revive, no giga dodge, none of that stuff. He basically only has penetration. That's really the only thing he has, and he has a pretty decent amount of healing. But yeah, that's really just not enough to make him relevant there. And then for his artifact, it does give him attack and HP like Venom, but that really isn't enough these days for PvP. And even for Venom, with all the symbiote buffs, he's still not appearing anywhere, you know, near PvP rosters. So that kind of doesn't bode too well for the Red Guardian. But yeah, a decent pickup for PvE if you really like the character, and very, very proc friendly if you find that kind of playstyle interesting and entertaining. But yeah, definitely a skip uniform for the meta chasers and the meta gobblers such as myself. And certainly just for fans at this point, or players who just want like a very chill, easy play style and a tanky-ish character who, you know, looks kind of goofy with the giant beard. Anyways, guys, that's the Thunderbolts Red Guardian review. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.